and in fact was trying to help River at the time,
Right.
who he was running with at the time.
Right.
As we all know, River's last night on Earth was at Johnny's establishment.
When he was 17, my brother wrote this lyric. He said, "Run to the rescue with love and peace will follow." Thank you.
For me, being true is all I can do. That's all I can do in my craft that makes it valid for me.
Decades after River Phoenix's tragic death, we are finally getting answers as to what really went down that night. According to new allegations by Corey Feldman, Johnny Depp knows more than we think. Now, back when River died, a lot of people pointed fingers at Johnny, even accusing him of allegedly supplying him the substances he OD'd on. But Johnny denied this and actually blamed the entire thing on River himself, who was obviously too dead to defend himself. Well, Corey isn't letting him off that easily, because he's back in the news again with never-before-heard accusations that'll have you wondering why the police didn't investigate River's death any further than they did. Okay, so as most of you know, River died in October 1993 after ODing on a cocktail of hard substances. Now, according to reports, he arrived with his girlfriend Samantha Mathis, his brother Joaquin, and sister Rain at the Viper Room, a Hollywood nightclub partly owned by Johnny. Apparently, the reason he was even there that night was that the band he was a part of, P, including members Flea, John Frusciante from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and Johnny, were scheduled to perform. But not too long after they got there, he told his friend Bob Forrest that he wasn't feeling well and thought he might be ODing. When he went out to get himself together, he collapsed in convulsions on the sidewalk. Forensic examination found every kind of substance you can think of loaded up in his system. Now, immediately this happened, a lot of people blamed Johnny for deliberately supplying River with substances to eliminate. Even River's own mother blamed Johnny. They said he knew Phoenix had a serious substance problem, but he still brought him to the club knowing full well that there was a high chance of him indulging. A lot of people don't know, but the Viper Room had only been open 3 months when River died, and it quickly got a reputation as where young Hollywood actors go to get high out of their minds. Johnny knew the weakness of his fellow competitors, and he opened the club to prey on it. At least that's what people said. Some people believe to this day that he invited Phoenix over that day with the hopes of him not making it out alive. You see, at the time, Corey and River were Johnny's only competitors in the industry, and interestingly enough, they both had a substance problem, so he knew exactly where to hit them. In his 1996 Playboy interview, Johnny responded to the allegations, saying, "When River passed away, it happened to be at my club. Now that's very tragic, very sad, but they made it a fiasco of lies to sell magazines. They said he was doing drugs in my club, that I allow people to do white powder in my club. I closed the club for a few nights, and I got angry. At first it was, I couldn't go to the club without thinking of it. Later I came to terms with the fact that it had nothing to do with the club. He was here for a very short time. It had nothing to do with anything, really, except that what he ingested was bad, and now there is nothing we can do." Johnny was basically removing any blame on himself and throwing it all on River, who was already dead and gone. Now, no one said he is solely to blame, because at the end of the day, River had his own problems. However, people blaming him for carelessly making this stuff available in his club all begins to make sense when you find out that less than 2 years after River's death, Australian actor Jason Donovan also OD'd at the club in 1995, as well as Courtney Love. The club basically became a place where promising actors would go and die or almost die. It's like people's lives and careers were being sacrificed in some kind of ritualistic destiny swap. The more it happened, the bigger Johnny got. And to make matters even worse, Johnny's business partner, Anthony Fox, sued him in 1999, claiming he and others had defrauded him out of millions. But get this, just before Fox was set to testify, he vanished in December 2001, leaving behind his truck, a revolver, and thousands of dollars in his account. The timing sparked accusations against Johnny, with some people saying he allegedly had Anthony removed because he was going to reveal the truth about what really led up to River's death. But it didn't stop there. It turns out that while Johnny was allegedly using River's problem to eliminate him, he also did the same thing to Corey Feldman. Mind you, Corey and River had been friends since they worked together in the 1986 movie Stand By Me. According to a recent interview that Corey did, he accused Johnny of pulling strings to destroy his career because of his addiction. Apparently, he ended up losing his role in What's Eating Gilbert Grape after Johnny allegedly told the producers that he didn't want to work with a junkie. The junkie in question is Corey. The role actually went to Leonardo DiCaprio and became Leonardo's first major big break.
It was actually cast to play Leonardo DiCaprio's role.
Okay.
I never saw the film because I'm still bitter leaf in that one. But But yes, I was originally cast for
Did
that
they push you
role.
out, or?
Johnny Depp. He was cast after I was, and apparently whispered into the producer's ear that he wasn't fond of me and thought that I was...
Was there a reason he wasn't fond of you?
Yeah, he said I was a junkie and that he didn't work with junkies. And this is the first time I remember ever telling this story, so I'm sure I'm going to get hung by this one. But yeah, anyway.
Were you using drugs or?
No, I was sober. I'd just gotten sober. I'd just gotten out of rehab. I'd turned my life around. And in fact, was trying to help River at the time,
Right.
who he was running with at the time.
Right.
As we all know, River's last night on Earth was at Johnny's establishment.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you can imagine, there was a bit of a thorn in the side on that one.
Sure.
And had I not been pushed out and done that role, who knows what would have happened from that point forward.
'Cause that was kind of one of those watershed moment movies, right?
That gave Leonardo his first nomination.
Yeah.
Johnny's issues with Corey were clearly more than him being a junkie. I mean, his club was literally a hub for the junkies he was talking about, and he had no problem hanging around with River even though he also had the same substance issue that Corey had. Corey has spoken publicly about how his struggles with addiction started due to mistreatment from his mother and the SA he experienced while in the film industry. He said a man who worked as an assistant to his father introduced him to substances, and he has been hooked since. In 1990, he was picked up during a traffic stop with 23 balloons of nose candy and 2 balloons of white powder. Anyway, after his very public battle with his addiction, he re-established his life and career by starring in several lesser-known films, since people like Johnny had pretty much shut the doors for him to get any big roles. But he never really recovered his A-list status. By the time emancipation from his parents was granted, Corey claims only $40,000 remained of all the money he had been earning. Mind you, he'd been one of the highest-paid child actors of the 80s. It's just bad that this is how things ended for Corey and River, especially River, since he never got the chance to fix it. What a loss. Such a beautiful young man. Shame he went through whatever happened to him. Too hard to survive trauma and substances. He's gone because his parents didn't protect him. Teen crush. Gone too soon. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about River mysteriously dying at Johnny's club? And do you really think his death was a sacrifice to boost Johnny's career? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other very messy video.